Hello everyone and a very warm welcome to this lesson. In this lesson, I'm going to teach you about demonstrative pronouns. What are demonstrative pronouns? They are pronouns which we use to point at specific things or people. And most of the times, we use our fingers to point at specific things or people. Now, what are some, or rather, what are demonstrative pronouns? They include this, that, these, and those. So we have 4 demonstrative pronouns in English, and they are this, that, these, and those. There are some rules that you should follow to make sure that you use demonstrative pronouns correctly, either in writing or in your spoken English. Rule number 2. Use this to point at only one item or a person near you. So, if you want to point at an item, just one, or you want to point at a person that is near you, okay? They are not far, they're very near to you. Then you use the demonstrative pronoun this. For example, look at examples 2a and b. This is my ring. This is my ring. In that sentence, the ring is very near me. In fact, I'm wearing the ring. And it is one ring. It is one item. Okay? It is one ring. It is one item. And it is near, very close to me. In fact, I'm wearing it. So I can say, this is my ring. And I can use my finger to point at my ring. This is my ring. Example 2b. Is this your new sofa? So you can imagine that you're sitting in the living room and you have some friends and you have a new sofa or a couch. So one of your friends may ask, is this your new sofa? Is this your new sofa? So it's very close to you, the sofa, you're sitting on it, okay? And she may point at the sofa and ask you, is this your new sofa? So it is one sofa. That's why we're using this. But also, it's very near you. It's not far away. That's why we're using this. So rule number 2, use this to point at just one item or just one person that is near to you. Now, for example, I could say, is this your son? Is this your son? Or is this your daughter? Okay, so we're talking about one son, one daughter, and the daughter or the son is just standing next to us. So imagine that we're in a group of people and there is a son, there is a young man who is standing next to me. And you want to know whether that is my son. So you can ask, is this your son? Is this your son? Or is this your daughter? Or is this your child? Is this your husband? Okay. Is this your new employee? Is this the new student? Is this the new teacher? So all those examples are asking about a specific, just one person. Now, let us move on to rule number 3. Use that to point at only one item or one person far from you. Okay, so they must be far from you. Okay, they must be far from you, not close to you. So you use that when you want to point at a specific thing, just one thing, just one item, or just one person. But they also must be far away from you. So you can ask, look at examples 3a. That is your car. That is your car. So you use your finger, okay? You use your fingers and point at it and say, that, it's a bit far. So you'll say, that is your car. So it's in the distance. That is your car. Okay? The next example, 3b. That looks like his sister. So she's across the street and I'm seeing this girl and she really looks like somebody I know. And then I can say, that looks like his sister. So she's far away. She's not near me. Okay? So use that to point at only one item or one person that is far away from you. Okay? Now, rule number 4. Use these to point at many items or many people that are near you. Okay, so use these to point at many items or many people that are near to you. They're just standing or they're sitting with you. They're very close to you. You can almost touch them. Okay, and if you look at examples 4 on the right, 4a, these are your presents. These are your presents. So you can imagine it's your birthday and your dad or your mom or your friend or your colleague has got some presents in their hands and they come to you and say, hey, these are your presents. These are your presents. So they're holding them and there are many. Okay? So that's why we're using these, because we are talking about many items, that is presents, many of them. Now, look at 4b. Are these your new friends? Are these your new friends? So imagine that you've just returned back home and your sister is sitting with a lot of people in the living room and you want to know who they are. So you can ask your sister, are these your new friends? Are these your new friends? So we're using these because we're talking about many people, that is many friends. And we're also using these because the friends are very close to you. They're near you, okay? They're not far away. Okay, then we have rule number 5. Use those to point at many items of people that are far from you. Okay, so use those to point at many items or many people that are far from you. So imagine that you're standing on this side of the street and then there are people or things that are very far away in the distance on the other side of the street and you want to point at them. Then you use the demonstrative pronoun those. Look at examples 5a and b on the right. Those children are sick. Those children are sick. Okay, so you are looking at children, maybe it's in the playground, okay, and those children are not playing at all. So you can say those, okay? They're not near you, okay? You're pointing at them, but they're in a distance. They're not close to you at all. So you say, those children there on that side of the street, those ones, those children are sick. And then look at example 5b. Are those answers correct? Are those answers correct? Okay, so imagine that you are talking about answers that are not within the topic that you've just discussed. So you're asking, are those answers correct? Those ones that she's holding and she's standing far away from me, okay? Those answers, okay? Are those answers correct? Now, or let's say, for example, you're sitting in a classroom and you have a maths textbook and it has answers, okay? So, and then you have some friends who are sitting on the other side of the classroom and they have the same textbook and the textbook has answers. And you want to find out, are those answers correct? The answers that they have in their books, and your friends are not sitting near you, okay? They're sitting far away. If they are sitting near you, then you would say, are these answers correct? Meaning you're pointing at them, okay? So remember to use those to point at many items of people that are far from you. Now, rule number 6. Use this and that with singular nouns. And what that simply means is that use this and that with one item or one person, okay? So from examples, from rule number 2, 3, 4, and 5, you should have concluded by now that you use this and that with singular nouns, meaning one item or one person. Look at examples 6a and b on the right. Is this your new laptop? Is this your new laptop? So in that case, we're talking about just one item, and that is a laptop. Okay? Remember, a noun is the name of a person, a place, or a thing. So in that case, laptop is the noun there, and it is only one. Is this your new laptop? Is this your new laptop? Now, imagine that there were many laptops. What would you ask? Are these your new laptops? Are these your new laptops? So because we are talking about many laptops, then we use these. Remember rule number 4. Okay? Is this your new laptop? That is according to rule number 2. Are these your new laptops? Then that is according to rule number 4. Now 6b. I must buy him that phone. I must buy him that phone. So we're talking about a phone, just one. Okay, so imagine that you have walked into a shop where they sell phones, okay, and they have displayed a lot of phones. So you can point at the phone at a distance and say, I must buy him that phone, that one. And maybe your friend will ask you, which one? Then you can point at it and say, that one there, that one, okay? So I must buy him that phone. So you're using that to point at the phone which is very far from you. But also you are using that because we're talking about one item, and that is the phone. Now, if you were to change that sentence to talk about many phones, what would be the answer? I must buy him those phones. Okay, so you would apply rule number 5. I must buy him those phones. So you would use those because we are talking about many phones. I must buy him those phones. Okay? So let's move on to rule number 7. Use these and those with plural nouns. Use these and those with plural nouns. So we use this and that when we are talking about just one thing, but when we are talking about many things, then we use these and those. As you can see from examples, rule number 4 and rule number 5. Now look at the examples on the right. Example 7a. Are these shoes yours? Are these? There are many. Are these shoes yours? We're talking about shoes, not one shoe. Are these shoes yours? Now, if we had just one shoe, what would be the answer? It would be, is this shoe yours? Is this shoe yours? Because then we have to apply rule number 2. But now we're talking about many shoes, many items. So we have to apply rule number 4. So, are these shoes yours? And then example 7b, those bananas look riper than these ones. Those bananas. Imagine that you're walking in the market, okay? And you stop at a stall where they're selling bananas, okay? And you have bananas that are very close to you where you're standing, and then you have bananas that are a little bit further. They've been placed a little bit further from where you're standing. Then you can point, you can say, those bananas. Which ones? Those ones there. Look, there. So those bananas look riper than these ones. These ones. Which ones? These ones. The ones that are next to where I'm standing. Okay? Those bananas look riper than these ones. So we use these and those, okay, with plural nouns. In the last example, we're talking about many bananas, okay? So those bananas. So imagine also you're walking around the market and you're looking for bananas, okay? And you have just passed a bunch of bananas, and a few minutes down the line, you've come across other bananas, and you're discussing with your husband or your friend and wondering which bananas are we going to buy. And he says, let's buy these ones. And you say, no, those bananas, those ones, the ones that we just left a few minutes ago, those bananas look riper than these ones. They look riper than these bananas, okay? So this brings me to the end of this lesson. I hope you now know what demonstrative pronouns are. There are 4 of them, and they include this, that, these, and those. And we use them to point at specific things or people. And quite often we use our fingers to do that, okay? This is my ring. Is this your new sofa? That is your car. That looks like his sister. These are your presents. Are these your new friends? Those children are sick. Are those answers correct? Is this your new laptop? I must buy him that phone. Are these shoes yours? Those bananas look riper than these ones. Okay? So take note of how you pronounce the demonstrative pronouns. So you have this, that, these. There's a difference between the first one and the third one. This and these. That and those. Okay? Now, this brings me to the end of this lesson. If you found the lesson useful, if you've learned something new, or you found the video helpful, then subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up, and also share the video with your friends, your family, and with anybody else who may need it. Have you subscribed? Thank you very much, and see you in our next lesson. Bye-bye.